Kicking off our video on every type of Star Destroyer, we go for the classic Star Destroyer, the iconic Imperial class Star Destroyer. It makes its debut in the opening scenes of the 1977 Star Wars. In this scene, the Imperial Star Destroyer Devastator, carrying Darth Vader, pursues a CR-90. Following the Rebel escape from Scarif, background literature characterizes the Imperial-class Star Destroyer as the primary warship of the Imperial Navy and a symbol of the Empire's strength. These massive capital ships are employed to enforce the Emperor's authority, support Imperial-affiliated governments, and serve as a mobile command center for high-ranking Imperial officers. In addition to their formidable weaponry, a Star Destroyer is equipped to transport troops, ground vehicles, and a full wing of TIE fighters, typically consisting of 48 fighters, 12 bombers, and 12 boarding craft. A single Star Destroyer is deemed sufficient to subdue a rebellious planet. Although major industrialized worlds may face an assault from a fleet of 6 Star Destroyers, accompanied by support cruisers and supply vessels in case of planetary bombardment by Imperial Star Destroyers, deep crust survival bunkers are seen as a final refuge. Darth Vader's Devastator is the final vessel of the Imperial I-class to be constructed by Kuat Drive Yards before the transition to Imperial II class. A fleet of Imperial II class Star Destroyers takes part in the Battle of Hoth as depicted in Empire Strikes Back. This fleet, known as Death Squadron, is led by Darth Vader aboard the Executor, which is first of a new class of Super Star Destroyers. Although the battle results in an Imperial victory, Vader directs his Star Destroyers to prioritize capturing the Millennium Falcon rather than pursuing the escaping Rebel transports, allowing many to elude capture. The Falcon manages to elude pursuit by concealing itself in the blind spot of the Star Destroyer's Avenger. These vessels play a significant role in the Battle of Endor as well, as portrayed in Return of the Jedi. During the battle, Imperial Star Destroyers prove vulnerable to fleets of starfighters operated by skilled Rebel pilots. These pilots exploit the exposed bridges and deflector shields generated at the Star Destroyer, causing significant damage. I just spoke a bit about the Super Star Destroyer with Darth Vader and the Executor leading the Death Squadron, but now let's talk more about them, I guess. So in the Star Wars universe, the term Super Star Destroyer is commonly used to describe any vessel larger than an Imperial Star Destroyer. Among these colossal ships, the most massive and formidable is the Executor, like I just said, which made its debut in Empire Strikes Back as Darth Vader's personal flagship. This mammoth vessel is a pioneer of the Executor class Star Dreadnoughts, boasting a staggering length exceeding 19,000 meters, 62,000 feet. It's powered by 13 colossal engines and equipped by a Class 1 hyperdrive. Its arsenal includes an impressive array of over 5,000 turbo lasers, iron cannons and tractor beam projectors. With a capacity to carry over 1,000 smaller vessels, the Executor is operated by a crew numbering in hundreds of thousands. I'm going to do a little comparison of a Super Star Destroyer and a normal Imperial Star Destroyer at the end of this. The Executor's distinctive command tower, rising prominently above the ship's technological landscape on a robust support structure, follows a standard design seen on other Star Wars destroyers. This tower houses crucial components, including a pair of geodesic domes containing communication transceivers, sensors, and deflector shield projectors. It provides an unobstructed vantage point for overseeing battles. The Empire constructed at least 12 vessels of this class, including the Executor, Annihilator, Ravager, and Arbitrator, although the exact count remains uncertain due to Imperial propaganda and concealed budgets. From the vantage point of the Executor's bridge, Darth Vader leads Death Squadron during the Battle of Hoth and later pursues the Millennium Falcon. The Executor also serves as the Imperial command ship during the Battle of Endor. Unfortunately, during the Endor battle, relentless bombardment of the Rebel Alliance fleet compromises the ship's shields, permitting Rebel starfighters to attack the command tower in a pivotal moment. An A-wing crashes into the command bridge, resulting in the destruction of the primary navigation complex and causing the vessel to lose control. So a normal Imperial Star Destroyer can carry 48 fighters, 12 bombers, and 12 boarding craft, whereas a Super Star Destroyer can carry 1,000 craft on board. Now onto the Venator class Star Destroyer. It makes its initial appearance on the big screen in Revenge of the Sith during the opening battle of Coruscant. Within the Star Wars universe, these vessels are esteemed as the Republic's Navy's most potent capital ships during the Clone Wars. They fulfill a dual role of formidable battleships and starfighter carriers. This unique design allows them to operate efficiently with a relatively small crew, a deliberate choice of aimed at countering the Separatist ability to churn out battle droids at a faster rate than the Republic can produce clone troopers. As true warships, Venator-class Star Destroyers can divert nearly their entire reactor output, which at maximum power consumes a remarkable 40,000 tons of fuel per second, into their heavy turbo blasters, resulting in devastating firepower in the carrier capacity. These Star Destroyers can swiftly launch hundreds of starfighters, including ARC-170s, V-Wings, Headhunters, and Jedi Interceptors from a dorsal flight deck extending over half a kilometre in length. While robust deflector shields protect the armoured bow doors, they have a slower operating speed when opening or closing, presenting a vulnerability in the ship's design. Throughout the Clone Wars, these Star Destroyers, also known as Republic attack cruisers or Jedi cruisers, play a pivotal role in encountering Separatist fleet and providing vital support to ground forces. Following the conclusion of the Clone Wars and the formation of the Galactic Empire, these Star Destroyers continue to serve in the Imperial Navy for decades until they are eventually replaced by Imperial-class Star Destroyers. Right, now on to a couple of sequel ships. In The Force Awakens, which take place 3 decades after the Empire's downfall, a fresh class of Star Destroyers emerges in service of the First Order, known as the Finalizer. This is an integral vessel of the Resurgent class Star Destroyers, greatly constructed. It assumes the role of a flagship for both Kylo Ren and General Hux. According to supplementary materials, the Resurgent class Star Destroyer represents a clear breach of the agreements established between the New Republic and the First Order. These impressive vessels measure 2,916 meters in length and boast a crew comprising of 16,000 officers and 55,000 enlisted personnel. Next, we've got the biggest Star Destroyer to date, the Mega class, known as the Supremacy, made its debut in The Last Jedi. It's depicted as the sole Mega class Star Destroyer in the entire galaxy. The Supremacy boasts extraordinary dimensions, measuring 60,543 meters in width, 13,234 meters in length, and 3,975 meters in height. This immense vessel is operated by over a crew of 2,225,000 personnel, with the majority of them being adolescent undergoing training to become officers and stormtroopers. And finally, in The Rise of Skywalker, a resurrected Darth Sidious reveals a novel class of Star Destroyer known as the Final Order. These vessels are officially recognised as the Zeiston class, although they are informally referred to as Sith Star Destroyers with the in-universe sources. These ships bear a resemblance to the older Imperial I-class Star Destroyers, but are notably larger, measuring 2,406 meters in length, 682 meters in height. Constructed on the remote world of Exegol by automated factories, these Sith Star Destroyers are operated by a total crew of 29,585 personnel. The distinguishing features of these formidable vessels is an axial super laser of immense power. I don't know why you'd want to know all this about these Star Destroyers, but if you did, this was the video for you. I might make a video on every ship in Star Wars, from the originals to the Clone Wars to all the animated through to the sequels. So if you want to see that, subscribe and drop a comment.